dear students, praise the Lord, today is a lovely day. Welcome to our learning program, Ready to Learn, produced by Rwanda Education Board in partnership with UNICEF and Inspire, Educate and Empower Rwanda. My name is Teacher Jane and I teach Senior 4 Geography. Before we start, I would like to remind you that you should take into consideration the recommendations set by the World Health Organization and our Ministry of Health regarding hand hygiene, social distancing, putting on face masks, no handshaking, and different other measures for the purpose of fighting against the spread of coronavirus. Thank you. For our lesson, I hope you have got a pen or a pencil, a notebook, and a student book if you can get it easily, or any other resource that will help you during this lesson. Before we break off, we conclude our lessons on soils in Rwanda. Think of a short summary of what we learned. I'm proud of you. We saw different types of soils and their descriptions. We saw soil erosion in Rwanda, causes, consequences, and measures for soil conservation. We also saw the importance of soils, including the use of soil for agriculture. We saw that soils contain valuable minerals. We saw that soils are used in building and construction, among others. Today, we are going to learn a new lesson of climates in Rwanda. Dear students, I have a wish. I wish that by the end of the lesson, you will be able to recall the definition of climate, identify the various climatic zones and their characteristics in Rwanda, explain factors influencing climate in Rwanda, and state the relationship between climate and human activities in Rwanda. You may get this lesson in the student book, page 156. To start, I want you to think of the difference between three terms: weather, season, and climate. Weather, season, and climate. What is the difference? All right. Climate is the average weather conditions of an area recorded over a long period of time. This may range between 30 and 35 years. While weather is the state of the atmosphere at a particular place and time as regards to heat, cloudiness, dryness, sunshine, wind, rain, and so on. On the other hand, seasons are the main periods into which a year can be divided and which each have their own typical weather conditions. These are the differences between the three terms: weather, season, and climate. Thank you. As we continue with our lesson, again, I invite you to remember what you learned in Senior 2. I think you don't forget easily. And think of the major climatic regions in Rwanda. Think and write them. Major climatic regions in Rwanda. Excellent! The major climatic zones or regions in Rwanda can generally be categorized under 4. We have tropical wet Lake Kivu, tropical wet dry Central Plateau, tropical dry lowlands, and temperate tropical highlands. 4 zones or regions of climate in Rwanda. When we look at the climate of Rwanda, according to the geographical location of the country near the equator, Rwanda should experience the equatorial climate because It is located near the equator. However, the climate of Rwanda is temperate tropical highland climate, especially due to the relief, dominantly hilly, and the prevailing winds which develop in the Congo basin. Let us start with the tropical wet Lake Kivu. In this region, average annual rainfall range between 1,300 millimeters around Lake Kivu to 2,000 millimeters near Nyungwe and volcanoes. Rainfall is received all year round, though you will find the area wrongly referred to as experiencing a double rainy season. This is because it has two rainfall seasons where the average received is higher than all the other months. In this region, temperatures depend on altitude and levels of humidity, with Lake Kivu experiencing an average of 25 degrees Celsius, Nyungwe cooler at 15 degrees Celsius, and volcanoes being colder at 9.5 degrees. However, dear students, rainfall temperature, for example in Nyungwe forest, can rise up to 30 degrees Celsius. While moving east, the altitude drops and the climate is much more clearly dry, wet, tropical, or semi-arid. There in east, temperatures range between 24 degrees and 28 degrees, and average rainfall levels fall between 750 millimeters around Akagera National Park and 1,000 millimeters around Kigali. Then comes the tropical wet dry central plateau. Areas with high altitude of between 1,500 meters and 2,000 meters above sea level, especially in the central plateau, accounts for its tropical highland climate. Daily temperatures typically range as much as 25 degrees Celsius. The sun shines nearly all year round, and whatever the season, the mean daily temperature is close to 24 degrees Celsius. Most of the country has minimum night temperature of around 10 degrees Celsius and maximum daytime temperatures of around 30 degrees Celsius. The central plateau has moderate rain. Rainfall is between 1,000 millimeters and 1,200 millimeters. Areas in Rwanda that experience this type of climatic conditions include Muhanga, Huye, and Rubona. The next is the tropical wet dry lowlands. In this region, climate is very hot and very dry. The average annual temperature is between 20 degrees Celsius and 22 degrees Celsius. Some areas, for example, those near Gabiro. Someone's from Gabiro? Great. I was saying that some areas, for example, those near Gabiro, which are at an altitude of about 1,480 meters above sea level, experience a temperature of about 21 degrees Celsius. It is very hot there. The sky is less cloudy and the areas receive little rainfall, sometimes going as low as 1,000 millimeters per year. Can you imagine? These areas such as Gabiro and Karama receive approximately 830 millimeter and 850 millimeter of rainfall per year respectively. Rain in this area is a real challenge. The last but not the least is the temperate tropical highland. Areas that receive this type of rainfall are mainly found in western and northern Highland region. For example, we have the Congo-Nile Peak and Virunga region. They lie generally between 1,008 meters and 3,000 meters above the sea level. These areas are generally humid, with the annual temperatures becoming cooler as altitude increases. There, temperatures experienced range between 15 and 17 degrees Celsius. Climatic conditions of these characteristics are experienced in areas such as Musanze, who lies at 1,860 meters above sea level, and Gisovu at 2,300 meters above sea level. We have other areas like Gicumbi, like Nyamagabe. These areas experience an average of 19 and 15 degrees respectively. Rainfall is abundant and always above 1,200 meters. For example, Musanze at 1,860 meters of altitude receives about 1,300 millimeters of rain, while Mata in Nyaruguru at 1,900 meters of altitude receives 1,575 millimeters of rainfall. You want me to sing for you? Okay. Are you ready? After you will sing with me. Rainy, rainy, go away. Come back another day. Little Johnny wants to play. I repeat. Rainy, rainy, go away. Come back another day. Little Johnny wants to play. Can you repeat together? Remember, I can hear you. Okay, we go. Rainy, rainy, go away. Come back another day. Little Johnny wants to play. One more time. Rainy, rainy, go away. Come back another day. Little Johnny wants to play. Fantastic. After this energizer, let's continue our lesson with the types of seasons in Rwanda. I hope you remember what a season means. We said that seasons are the main periods into which a year can be divided and which each have their own typical weather conditions. In Rwanda, seasons are broadly classified as dry or rainy. Dry season, rainy season. These seasons do not follow a certain trend, that is winter, spring, summer, and autumn, as it is the case with seasons in countries found in high latitudes such as America and Europe. Dear students, I want you to think and list in your notebooks the specific periods in terms of months over the year when Rwanda generally experiences a dry season and wet season. I repeat, I want you to think and list in your notebooks the specific periods in terms of months of the year when Rwanda generally experiences a dry and a wet season. Which months are seen as transitional months between one season to another? Good. The long dry season starts from June to mid-September. The long dry season starts from June to mid-September. From mid-September to mid-December, it is a short rainy season. Short rainy season. This season is followed by a short dry season from mid-December to mid-February. Then, there is a long rainy season between mid-February and May. Dear students, as you have realized it, or you have heard about it from other people, your parents, your grandparents, currently the world is experiencing challenges related to climate change. Climate change is a large-scale, long-term shift of the weather patterns. For instance, the average temperatures over a large area of a land may generally increase. Evidence of climate change may be in terms of temperature changes, changing rainfall patterns, and changes in seasons. Friends, I want to challenge you. Can you think of the major causes of climate change? Well done. The major causes of climate change are pollution and human misuse of the environment. In fact, air pollution is the most rampant type of pollution in Rwanda. The main air pollutant is carbon dioxide, which is emitted from industries and motor vehicles' exhaust fumes. The main air pollutant is carbon dioxide, which is emitted from industries and motor vehicles' fumes. Air pollution causes global warming by trapping heat from the sun in the Earth's atmosphere, causing a rise in temperature on the Earth's surface. The second cause is human misuse of the environment. There are many types of human activities that directly cause changes in climate. These include deforestation, construction of dams, growing crops such as rice, under irrigation, and so on. Thank you. Again, dear students, I want you to think of effects of climate change in Rwanda. What are the effects of climate change in Rwanda? All right. Changes in weather patterns over time have had a major effect on various human activities in Rwanda. These include farming, fishing, settlement, transport, among others. The following are some of the resultant effects of climate change in Rwanda: droughts, landslides, floods, aridity and desertification. In fact, droughts means a long period of dry weather with no rainfall for weeks or even months. Droughts in Rwanda has many effects such as a shortage in the supply of water, either water used at home or in industries, loss of livestock, reduced hydroelectricity power generation due to reduced water levels in rivers, reduced food production as a result of less rain to support crop cultivation, and others. These are the challenges we are facing due to climate change. Challenges linked to droughts. At the same time, landslides occurs when a large mass of soil, rock, or other material moves down a slope. The process may be slow, taking place over a long period of time, or rapid. In most cases, rapid landslide can be destructive to life and property. Landslides occur when there is a persistent rainfall in highland areas with inadequate cover. Oversaturation of the topsoil with water causes it to move downslope, sometimes abruptly. Dear students, this is not new to us. We have heard of different landslides in the highlands of Rwanda which destroyed properties and killed innocent people, like in Gakenke, in Rutsiro, Karongi, Nyabihu, in Ngororero, Nyamagabe, And of recent, it happened in Rulindo and Ruhango districts. I think you heard about it on radios and televisions, where it killed people and destroyed their properties, different properties. Another effect of climate change is floods. This occurs when land is totally covered by water. It can be caused by an overflow from existing water channels. It can also be caused by persistent rainfall over a period of time, leading to overflowing due to oversaturation of soil. Changing weather patterns also responsible for current floods in Rwanda, but this can also be associated to inadequate settlement. This happened for the past few years and months, especially you have heard that in some areas of the city of Kigali, it has caused the government to displace people from those dangerous areas to save their lives. Finally, we have aridity and desertification. In Rwanda, the government's effort to tackle desertification are clearly visible. Let's take an example of Gishwati forest. This forest has undergone massive reforestation after it was almost cleared for human settlement and agriculture. Friends, as we are reaching the end of our lesson, let us reflect on the major points we have focused on climatic regions of Rwanda. We have seen that Rwanda has 4 major climatic zones and 2 major seasons, the dry and the rainy season. We have also seen that despite of Rwanda being a country near equator, its high altitude makes its climate temperate tropical. Dear students, we cannot conclude without saying that the government of Rwanda aims to deal directly with actions led to climate change through reducing dependency on rain-fed agriculture, seeking cheaper, better alternative sources of electricity, reducing emissions into the atmosphere that pollute the environment, and so on. Also, friends, you should be aware that human activities can alter the climate of a region either positively or negatively. Friends, in order to maintain a perfect balance in our environment, we should engage in activities that help to use the environment, thinking of future generations. To end, I have a homework for you. You will write an essay on the measures being taken in Rwanda to mitigate effects of climate change. Write an essay on the measures being taken in Rwanda to mitigate effects of climate change. With that, I would like to thank you for tuning in. Hope you will join us in our next lessons. I'm Teacher Jen. Bye.